Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are here in Skiatook, Oklahoma, and we have some more Catoosa football action. They had a close one last week. We're up 20-7 going into the fourth quarter. Ended up losing that one 21-20. So we're going to see if they can bounce back this week and get back on track with this first game in conference play. Brogan O'Neill played a good game, bouncing back after a tough one in Inola in week 3, but this week we got a couple guys to watch out for the Skiatook Bulldogs. Kevin Landis leading that charge, and you got a couple other players that can bring some juice to the table. Luke Sutton, another one of those guys, a senior running back. And we will be back with the kickoff right after this quick break. Get ready for some more Catoosa Indian football right after this.
Southern Football Friday Night is brought to you in part by Hidden Gem Self-Storage and Parking, located at 950 North 157th Avenue in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Check them out online at hiddengemselfstorage.org or call them at 918-760-7790.
There's no place like home. Whether you live in Oklahoma, Arkansas, or Missouri, Realty Mart USA is your go-to real estate company for residential, commercial, agricultural, or land. We believe in strong connected communities and sponsor local events. Realty Mart USA, supporting our communities, supporting our future.
Welcome back to the action, folks. We are here in Skiatook. You're listening here on Southern Sports Network. My name's Carter Randolph, and Chris Dotson will be alongside me. We should have a good one in store. They just did the coin toss. I believe Catoosa is going to take the ball first here. So we should see Brogan O'Neill, Michael Blendowski, see if they can get off to a quick start, get the Indians on the board here with their first possession. Chris, last week, like I said, 21-20, kind of a heartbreaker in Catoosa. Kind of what did you see? What adjustments do you expect this week here at the beginning of conference play?
All about the defense. Defense. It wins championships. It wins games. But last week, what we saw was kind of a breakdown of defense when Catoosa going up against Grove. Grove was on their end zone, basically, and were able to capitalize on a blown coverage play, 99 yards, touchdown. That was the change of the game right there for the Catoosa Indians just by the play itself. Of course, there were about 3 blown calls in the officials from DPI, late hit out of bounds that didn't get called. That's part of the game. You got to accept it. But, again, it's going to be about the defense.
Yep, no doubt. And as you saw last night with the Buccaneers game, there was a missed face mask in that one as well. So you never know what can happen. Can't put it all on the refs. So we'll see if Coach Guerrero has these boys coached up, has them ready to go here at the beginning of conference play in 4A, in District 4A, Class 3. Catoosa getting on the field first, ready to return this kick. We got Michael Blendowski and Tanner Casey deep to return. We also have the starting lineup here. Of course, Brogan O'Neill had kind of a bounce-back week last week. Looked good, was sharp, accurate, was making the right decisions. J.C. Richardson had a couple big runs, kind of a power back for this Indian offense. Seth Charles, good receiver. Now we go to the defensive side. Kyler Rogers leading the way, along with Boomer Lovins, who had a couple big sacks last week. And then, of course, Avon Robbins going to lead the way on defense as well, averaging 11.5 tackles a game here for the Indians. Of course, Skiatook is on the field now, ready to go. See this first kickoff here any second now. Skiatook went down to Cushing last week. If you know anything about Oklahoma high school football, Cushing has been a powerhouse for a long time. It's the Bulldogs kick off, and, man, their kicker has a leg on him as he kicks it into the end zone. The Indians should get it around the 25. Yep, Skiatook went down to Cushing last week, lost 35-3. Like I was saying, they're kind of a powerhouse in Oklahoma high school football are the Cushing Tigers, so kind of not surprised. But Skiatook 3-1 anyway, 3-1 before that game, before their first conference game. So we'll see if they can keep up that pace. Definitely have a good run game. Luke Sutton, the senior running back, averaging around 91.5 yards a game, so look for him to get involved early. But first, the Indians going to do a 5-wide spread. And I guess Coach Guerrero didn't talk to him enough as they're going to call their first time out here before they run one play. I guess they were one man short. Looks like the right guard, number 52.
Yeah, that's got to be very frustrating for Coach Sal Guerrero to come out, have to burn a first timeout before we get one play off.
Not a second off the clock, and they're already down a timeout. It was Jose Rodriguez coming late onto the field. I'm sure that'll be the last time we see that out of him today.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, and Coach, you'll see him. He's got a little bit of a cast. Broke his arm this week, and that would drive you to break the other one.
Yeah, no doubt. Seen one of my old teammates over at Evan North High when I was a junior. He broke his wrist on the bench we were sitting on because we just got scored on. I remember it was Evan Memorial, smashed it real good.
Ouch.
Didn't get it checked out till the next day. Here we go. We got some stats for you. Catoosa and Skiatook. Catoosa is winning the rushing yard battle with 430 compared to Skiatook's 270, but pass yards going for the Bulldogs, 889 to 634. Finally out of that first time out. Now we'll get this game underway. As Brogan O'Neill looks to get in shotgun and center with 5 wide for him. Has to break the pocket earlier. Should just run for it. And he does. Was a good call. That ball, Bulldogs are going for it, but that ball was fumble was caused by the ground. I believe he got about 4 or 5 yards there. Should be 2nd and 5.
Yeah, that was a straight coverage sack. Or not a coverage sack, but a coverage tackle. Had nobody down the field.
No doubt. And a little surprised to see the Indians go to this 5 wide. I mean, you got a guy like Michael Blendowski. But then you go O'Neill finding the quick 5-yard curl. Going to move the sticks and pop him down at around the 33.
Yeah, great 5 and out. That's exactly what you want. 5 and out, get that first down.
That's kind of been O'Neill's money zone right there. Those quick intermediate throws. He's been able to get it out quick. The pocket's held up. He's been able to find the open man. Once again, tries to find DeAndre Hamilton. He's going to get dragged down. I believe that was around a 3-yard catch. Yeah, last week against Grove, Catoosa was up 20-7 in the fourth with about 8 minutes left and just a couple broken coverages. Had some receivers break down the field late. They basically went untouched into the end zone, making it 21-20, and Catoosa couldn't match late. As you see Brogan O'Neill find Hamilton again over the middle. He breaks away past the 50 to the Skiatook 40, and the Indians are driving right now, folks.
Yeah, great post pattern right up the middle. Gives an easy target for Brogan O'Neill to get settled in.
I guess Coach Guerrero's trying to make a statement here early. You got a guy like Lindowski, you think you kind of feed him, try and get settled. But he's letting O'Neill fire away here early as he finds Repschlager at the top of the field, moves it to about the 35-yard line.
You know, I like that play right there is a quick hitch just to get something going and building up this confidence on this first drive. And that's what you really want for Brogan, is to get confident in that pocket, create that pocket to begin with, do it by some quick plays.
And exactly what Chris said. Kind of something we've been lacking is I guess O'Neill hasn't really been getting into that rhythm early. Like I was just saying, with a guy like Blendowski, you can kind of live with feeding that running back. But here early, O'Neill is firing on all cylinders. He's trying to make this first possession worth 6 points. There goes Blendowski, his first touch of the day. Makes 2 guys miss. Should have been about a 2-yard loss. Ended up juking and jiving for about a 3-yard gain, and that's what Michael Blendowski can do for this Indian offense. So we take a check at that replay, Chris, and you see, I mean, that's kind of what Michael Blendowski does, man.
You know, he made something out of nothing, and he got a lot more than that.
Third down and short here for the Indians. First third down of the day. Got past the 50 in about 2 plays, and now they're trying to see if they can keep this drive alive. Got to think they're going back to Blendowski. Maybe a quick throw here to the bottom of the screen. Say play action. O'Neal's looking deep. He has a man. A little bit underthrown. And it's broken up. Had Blendowski streaking down the sideline here. Just a little underthrown from O'Neal, but luckily not picked off on that one.
Yeah, that ball was definitely underthrown, and it looked like a quacker, It's just all over the place. It's a duck. But luckily, Blendowski was able to kind of play a little defense, make sure it didn't get intercepted. But Blendowski got some big news. He got another offer this week from Northeastern State University.
Really? Thinking about being a Riverhawk. Never a bad program to go to, and Blendowski's definitely got it's earned it. Had 2 straight years of good producing for this Indian offense. And right here, they're going to try and find him out in the flat. And he's still on his feet, but too many black jerseys there. And it ends up being a turnover on downs. Like we talked about pregame, the Indian defense has to make a statement here early. And they have a good chance after this turnover, giving the Bulldogs good starting field position at around the 40.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to see that. That was unfortunate, but, it happens in the game of football.
Exactly.
And a game of life, too. But, they did pick up a lot of yardage on that first drive. Didn't get any points, unfortunately. Has a turnover here. Let's see what the defense now can do for Catoosa.
And this defense has to step up, but don't forget about that offense. I expect them to be aggressive like that all game. I mean, you're that deep in enemy territory. You might as well go for it on 4th and short. Avon Robbins, number 20, playing that Mike position. So the Bulldogs going to do a deep pass to start, and he didn't have anyone open basically from the jump there. I don't know where he was looking. I guess he was just taking a shot with one of his playmakers. That one's a fallen incomplete. 2nd and 10 here for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, good coverage on that play for sure. It could have definitely been a quick 15 yards if it wasn't well covered.
And it's a coverage I think we don't see enough of, folks. I mean, cover 2 is kind of the talk of the town right now, but a cover 4 is never a bad option. I mean, it takes away all 4 quarters of the field, and it keeps everything in front of you as the Bulldogs look to play a little power football. But they have a quick 3rd and long after 2 botched plays. See if they can complete on 3rd and 9.
Yeah, good stop. Nothing in the A gap, so you definitely want to show some good run support right there. Passing down.
Passing down, yes, sir, which is something I figured they would have a little bit more of compared to last season when they went 1 and 9. I figured they want to get that passing game a little bit more involved. Only have about 600 yards on the season, do the Bulldogs. So he's going to drop back, has a nice pocket, has to get rid of it, but overthrows number 2. He was looking for Gabe Beatty, the senior here for the Bulldogs. And number 7 getting up a little ginger, Kevin Landis, the quarterback. Got a little banged up on that one, Chris.
Yeah, he sure did. He had a guy wide open, too. I don't know how he missed it. Maybe he just kind of missed step in his throw is what it looked like. Didn't have proper mechanics. Now it's 4th down. Expect a punt here.
Yep, can't be going for it here on 4th and long. Yeah, he had a man, but the pocket kind of collapsed for him. Really didn't have that room to really put everything he had behind that throw. This punt looks a little right. We'll see what kind of bounce he gets. And ends up taking a sharp right straight out of bounds. Going to be out at around the 17-yard line. Indians defense makes a stand. Now we'll see if Brogan O'Neal can keep kind of his little hot streak alive. Looked good on that first drive, but then kind of sizzled out at the end.
It did. They had picked up about 40 yards on that one, 50 yards. So I think that we can see some more of that productivity, quick passes, and setting up for the draws.
Yes.
To get up a nice draw, get up in the B gap, you can pick up a lot of yards that way.
No doubt, especially with J.C. Richardson and Blendowski running the show. Saw a little bit of Devin Johnson last week too. Plays another bit of that power back roll for this Indian offense. Avon Robbins going to play tight end, going to do a little dual threat action, playing both on the defensive and offensive side, playing kind of that nub tight end position. They're going to let O'Neal keep it, and he has the outside, follows his blocks, keeps going, ends up pushing through about 3 black jerseys. I believe he's just a yard or 2 short of that first down.
That was kind of a broken play right there, but O'Neal was able to get the smarts just to pick up the ball, find what's open, and just run the ball.
Yeah.
Great move.
That's something O'Neill has really been good at this season, as I just now am seeing that piece of laundry on the field. I believe that is holding on this Indian offense, going to bring him back 10.
Oh, that's disappointing. But it happens, anytime that you have a busted play like that.
Saw it a lot last night with this Buccaneers-Falcons game. A couple big drives got killed by a second or third down penalty. Luckily, the Indians got this one on first down. Going to be 1st and 20. Pushed them back all the way to about the 9. Going to do another quarterback run. O'Neill cuts it upfield, tries to get back to the sideline. Ends up getting a lot of that penalty back. Going to be second around 13. This last one was a busted play, but this one more of a designed run, Chris. Do you expect to see a little bit more of that today?
Yeah, absolutely I do. I mean, he made something that really out of, I don't want to say nothing, had some good blocking, was able to cut back in to get about good 7 yards, almost back to the original line of scrimmage, the second down and about, 13?
Yep, got a lot of that penalty back as Devin Johnson going to check back into the game, take that slot position with the trips out at the top of your screen. It's going to be a false start on the Indians. 2 out of 3 plays had penalties. Not looking good for this second possession. Hopefully Coach Corral can draw something up, maybe another shooting ladder play. Mix it up, keep this Bulldog defense on their toes. O'Neill drops back. Bulldogs bring the house. O'Neill somehow stays on his feet, tries to get to the outside, stiff arms, gets shoved from behind. Luckily, to get any yardage out of that one, going to push them up about 2 yards, but it's going to be 3rd and about 15 here for the Indians.
Yeah, that was kind of a bad blocking, if you will. He didn't have really much of anything, didn't have a pocket. He had to elude the tacklers, and he was able to pick up a few yards out of it, thankfully. Otherwise, it would have been really deep.
Good timed blitz from the Bulldog defensive coordinator. O'Neill drops back. The Bulldogs only bring 3. They're taking a chance. Seth Charles open, and he drops it. He was wide, would have walked it into the end zone. Seth Charles, the senior, definitely going to be thinking about that one for a while, but it makes it 4th and around 15. Indians got a punt.
Carter, that hurts.
That hurts a lot.
That hurts a lot because that was 6. There was nobody there.
Would have walked it in.
Yes, he would have. He just took his eyes off the ball.
Seth Charles, Tanner Casey, usually 2 sure-handed guys for this Indian team, but that time gets behind the safety and corner, but can't bring it in. 4th and 15. Here comes Lindowski, ready to punt. A little bit of a low snap. Lindowski handles it. Not the worst punt I've ever seen. Gets a nice friendly bounce. Gets one good bounce, one bad bounce. Luckily, number 1, Logan Hargrove, able to stop that one at the Indian 41. Scratch that.
I like the play design on that last play for sure. That's something that we're going to see again for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Because that opened it up. That was 6 points. Just need a little bit more concentration. Just that 1/2 second makes a world of difference.
No doubt. And I think they should be kind of opening it up. You got a guy like Repschlager, got a guy like Hamilton, and of course Seth Charles. I mean, you can definitely have the weapons to go downfield and maybe take a couple shots here early. Right now, Indian defense got to step up once again. Avon Robbins, Boomer Lovins leading the charge. So Bulldogs tried just kind of a B-gap power, only able to get around 2 yards. Going to be 2nd and 8.
Skiatook, I expect a lot of run from Skiatook. So far from what I've seen out of their offensive production when it comes in terms of passing, just hasn't quite been there. So look for more run up the B-gap and maybe something to the outside.
Chris is exactly right. Kind of what hurt this Bulldog team last week. Got down quick. I think it was 28-0 at half. And the Bulldogs' game plan is strictly more of a run-heavy type offense, so getting into passing downs, playing from behind is not what this Bulldog team is built for. So they complete a quick 5-yard curl there in the middle of the field and move it to about 3rd and short.
Yeah, be about 3rd and 1.5 yards maybe. So this is where you're going to want to see, the You might actually call a blitz in this case right here because you know that they're going to be either trying to run up through the A and B gaps, solidify those holes, and you might have it.
That's Kadeen Drummond at the running back position for the Bulldogs. As basically about 6 Indian defenders jumped on that one. They're going to get the free first down. It was 3rd and short. Now it's going to be first down at around the 27-yard line.
You know, Coach Guerrero is definitely going to be fired up. I mean, that's what's sometimes a drive killer if you're on the other side, but just giving a free 5 points and a free 5 yards, that'll drive any crazy.
Bulldogs keeping the running back Drummond in right now. Got 2 receivers to the bottom, one receiver to the top of your screen. Say motion Drummond over. This time they're going to drop back to pass. Kind of a hitch and go setup. Still able to find number 2. Finds Gabe Beatty for the short completion. Going to be 2nd and around 9. Bulldogs got kind of an old play call style. Instead of play cards or calling something into the field, they have the quarterback run all the way back to their sideline, and he has to run all the way back to the huddle and give the play. Definitely kills clock, so I guess if you're wanting to play the run game, this is kind of what you want to do. We'll see how that affects their play, and we'll see if the quarterback might get a little tired from it. Bulldogs going trips to the top of your screen this time. Haven Robbins comes on a blitz as they try a quick pass, but a little miscommunication. As number 7 expected the slant out of his receiver, but another 5-yard curl. That falls incomplete, going to make it 3rd and long, Chris.
Yeah, not really good production out of their quarterback, but Catoosa sent in a corner blitz on the outside right there to try to combat some of this. It would have opened up what should have been a 5 to 10-yard gain right there, so you got to kind of be careful on those.
I was just about to say that if he does run the right route there, that slant was open. So we'll see if they go back to that one. Just under 4 minutes here, and there are 3 minutes and 30 seconds left in this first quarter. So they do a QB read with the quarterback, and he gets stuffed in the middle, able to power his way for a couple more, and then a late flag comes in. You got to expect the worst if you're an Indian fan. Going to be a late hit or unnecessary roughness, more than likely.
Yeah, so that's going against. That flag is on the ground, so let's see what the umpire has to say here. They're going to say that's against Catoosa.
Targeting on Catoosa. Wow.
Yeah.
I think it's the first time I've ever seen a targeting call in high school, Chris.
No, I've seen a few of them.
Oh, I definitely saw a few of them, but they weren't called. But, yeah, I didn't even think that was that bad, but I guess he probably led with the helmet, and the quarterback was already probably falling down. So definitely want to player safety first and foremost, but tough call for the Indians right now. Makes it 1st and goal as the Bulldogs pick it up after the penalty on the 10-yard line. Going with a little bit of a different package. Number 13 and number 9 are in the backfield. Going to be a QB power. He has nowhere to go, and a great tackle by, I believe, Logan Hargrove, grabbing the ankles and bringing that guy to the ground. Number 9, Eric Rogers, the junior, coming in playing a little power football.
Yeah, I like it. You know, that quarterback was not very sure. He was looking, he was like, I don't know if I want to do this. But good tackle by the Indians. Far in their own territory.
All or nothing here, though, Chris. 2nd and goal. So the Bulldogs have to make it happen here. I don't know if they have a field goal kicker, but after seeing that first kickoff, I would assume so. Number 7 back in the game, looking to pass, and he gets pushed out of the pocket quick. He's looking for the corner route. That's probably going to be, thought we might see another flag come in, but they're going to say good defense. DeAndre Hamilton was covering that one. Tanner Casey alongside him, going to be 3rd and goal.
Yeah, he kind of gave it away. You know, there's not too many quarterbacks at this level that can have a good poker face or poker hand, honestly. He projected that one from a mile away. My dead grandma could have caught up to that one pretty fast, honestly.
Third and goal from around the 12-yard line. Back to that trips formation are the Bulldogs. They're going to drop back, looking for the flat. Logan Hargrove is right there. Could have been picked and taken to the house. We'll take that third down incompletion. Going to be fourth and about 12 here, but they're going to bring on the field goal unit. We'll see if the Bulldogs put the first points of the day on the board. So you see that replay, Logan Hargrove right there to break that one up. If he turns his head a millisecond quicker, he could have taken that one to the house. So we see number 20 for the Bulldogs, Brecken Maxwell, the junior, on for the field goal.
30-yard attempt here.
I think he would have been good from about 45 as he splits the upright and gives the Bulldogs the 3-0 lead.
You know, I have an 11-year-old son that can actually make that same distance. He's been doing that for this past year. I think he's at the 38 yards right now. He can't be maybe up to your shoulders. But the boy's got a leg. I don't know where he came from.
A little boomstick on him, man. He's getting in at the right time. I mean, should he starts practicing that, there are not too many kickers that you can rely on nowadays. So
that's
definitely
true.
Good to see. And the Bulldogs surprisingly have a good one as he just made a boomer to give the Bulldogs a 3-0 lead with 2 minutes 20 seconds left in this one. Left here in the first quarter, I should say. Packed house here in Skiatook tonight. The home side definitely filled to the brim, and a lot of Catoosa support here tonight. As I see a little bit of empty space, but definitely a lot of heads here supporting the Indians. Hopefully Brogan O'Neill, Michael Bladowski can lead the charge, put us back in the lead here with their third possession of the game. Bladowski still on his feet, juking and jiving, still going. And man, number 30 has some moves to him. So he puts the Indians at around the 25-yard line, 24-yard line. Brogan O'Neill in the offense comes back onto the field.
You know, if he had 2 more blocks, I think he would have picked up another 5 or 10 yards.
Made about 4 guys miss, and yeah, just had a couple more to really kind of squirm through, but couldn't do it. I'm wondering if they'll bring the new kickoff rules into effect in high school. Don't think we'll see it here for a couple years, but I can definitely see it happening, you know, player safety being the main thing for that. But O'Neill going to do a quick pitch to Bladowski. He cuts it back in, still going, moving good. Gets tripped up by his ankles, and that could have been a huge gain. But instead, Bladowski gets a nice 8-yard run. Going to make it second and short.
Love the block scheme right there. Great block scheme as you see it on the replay. Stretch him out and cut back in.
Catoosa doing a tight bunch formation. 3 receivers at the top of the formation. Bladowski, the running back, as they go back to him, and the hole's huge. Lowers the shoulder, meets number 13. Number 13, Eli Sutton, the Bulldog defender on the tackle.
You know, great run into that A-gap just to be able to power it in, get that first down. Definitely what you want to do is triculate the ball. Just like that first drive, just to triculate the ball without the turnover.
Yes, no turnovers. Got a little pass happy there to start the game. Loved how they were trying to get O'Neill in rhythm. Yeah, now it's time to use that Swiss Army knife. Let Bladowski work his way down the field. So they try Repschlager on a wide receiver sweep. J.C. Richardson with the huge block as he's still fighting a guy on the ground. Get up, expected a little yawn after that one, but no, Repschlager able to get the 5-yard gain. Second and number. Oh, no, there was a hold on the offense. Didn't see the piece of laundry. Going to come back 10 again. Still first down here as we just get under a minute left in this first quarter. 3-0, Bulldogs on top. So Neal drops back, gets pressured out of the pocket. Still looking down the field. Squeezes it into a tight spot, and Devin Johnson comes up with the catch, but he's a little banged up. Yeah, that one looked like it hurt. Got hit up top and had a guy covering his back. So we take another look at that one. Nice way to move the ball down the field. Tight spot to fit it into. Devin Johnson holds on and pays the price for it. And now it's second and short, thanks to Devin Johnson. Avon Robbins moving into a tailback position alongside his Blendowski. So they go to Robbins. He gets smashed. I think he barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Might have lost a couple yards. Nope, was able to scramble his way back. Going to be third and about half a foot.
You know, that's the end of the first quarter, but I think they might have picked up that first down. We'll see when we come right back. You're watching Catoosa Indians football on the Southern Sports Network.
In 1851, the Cherokee ignited the lamp of learning in the wilderness. For more than a century, this has been a gathering place where minds are developed and lifelong relationships are made, where dreams find direction. The lamp burns brightly still at Northeastern State University.
Thank you, Northeastern State University. Michael Blendowski actually picked up an offer from them this week, so go Riverhawks for the time being. They did not give the Indians the first down. Going to be fourth and almost inches, so you got to think Coach Guerrero is wanting to go for this one.
Oh, yeah, you got to. You got to. Powered up the A-gap, baby.
Exactly. Bringing in number 6, Boomer Lovins, the backup quarterback, but also plays more of a quarterback-heavy formation for this Indian offense. So expect a nice, strong QB sneak here. David Robbins pushing from the back. And they are able to push it forward. Yes, sir. That ref is going to mark them at the chains. That is going to move those chains, give the Indians another first down. Brogan O'Neill comes out onto the field. Boomer Lovins comes off. J.C. Richardson going to join the backfield here alongside Blendowski. Scratch that. Blendowski going to play that slot position alongside Tanner Casey and Repschlager. Another quarterback design run. O'Neill gets outside. Still going, just following his blocker, Tanner Casey. Ends up getting smashed out of bounds. We're going to be about a 6-yard gain, make it second and around 4. Neal dropping back, tries to throw it into a tight spot to DeAndre Hamilton. Couldn't fit it in there, but I think there was a late hit. Saw a piece of laundry fly in late. We'll see what that call is. Yep, roughing the passer on the Bulldogs. Going to be an automatic first down here for the Indians, but O'Neill a little banged up right now. Oh, no.
Yeah, it looks like his took a banger to the knee, too, so he's going to come off, get checked out for a little bit. But, yeah, first down and 10 on the personal foul, which is the first penalty against Skiatook here so far.
O'Neill able to get off under his own power, but immediately starts to grab either his thigh or wrist or something like that. He definitely got lit up. Hopefully number 5 can get back out there. So let me see who has come in to fill his shoes. Looks like Michael Blendowski going to fill the role. Number 30, the Swiss Army knife. Going to see if he can finish off this drive. It's a read option to Devin Johnson, and Blendowski's exploded through that hole and able to push right in front of that first down marker. Going to be second and around 4 once again. Take another look at that one. Expect a lot of this with Blendowski in the game, a lot of read options.
Yeah.
A lot of decoys in this offense with number 30 at the helm.
Yeah, you're going to see a lot more motion, and then you're going to see a lot more trickery trying to get him the ball into the open spot.
Devin Johnson going to have to take up a little bit bigger of a role here. Blendowski usually runs the tailback position, but now Johnson, number 33, filling in. Blendowski flips it to Tanner Casey. Nice, easy throw, but I think that's going to be an eligible man downfield as a flag comes on this close, on the sideline closest to us, and it looked like the lineman. Yes, sir, there it is. Tough play. You play action. I mean, you're kind of trying to rotate out. You're riding that line of scrimmage, and just I think it's 2 or 3 yards, Chris, where a lineman can't go by.
Exactly. It's 3 yards, and it's kind of hard because you're thinking it might be set up for a run, so you want to, as a blocker, you want to get to the outside and give him as much room, but then he stays back. You see that in a lot of RPOs too.
Exactly. RPOs, rollout plays, tough to handle, but Tanner Casey was open, so it would have worked. They bring it back 5, going to be second and around 9. Repschlager in motion. They bring him outside. He keeps, cuts through the hole, still on his feet. Takes 3 black jerseys to bring him down. So he pushes it to around 3rd and 3 here. Definitely in Blendowski's kicking range too, so we'll see if they try the field goal unit, but at 3rd and 3 or 4th and short, I expect Coach Guerrero to be aggressive. Definitely try and go for this one. J.C. Richardson filling in the backfield. Brogan O'Neill back in the ball game. Right off the bat, they're looking to get him out and about. And he finds Devin Johnson, put it right in the breadbasket, but number 33 couldn't bring it in. Going to be 4th and 3. Blendowski comes back on the field. Man, O'Neill hops back onto the field and throws a dime, Chris. Just wasn't able to bring it in, was Johnson.
Yeah, that was kind of hard. He had stone hands on that one. He should have had that one for a first down, so it's going to be 4th down and about 2. So watch for the outside run.
Outside run, Repschlager kind of in a close position as that wide out. So they do a quick screen, rolls it out, should have kept going to the sideline. Able to break a tackle, though. He's able to push the chains forward as number 12, the senior Braxton Repschlager, able to get this Indian offense another first down.
Man, he was not going to be denied. He could have been stopped, but no, not today. So it's going to be 1st down and 10, and thankfully, because that would have been another drive killer, but they're starting to get that cohesiveness now.
The big wideout doing his best Mike Evans impersonation, just powering through each tackle. So they hand it to Blendowski in a huge hole. Thought he was going to squeeze that one through. But a nice arm tackle by number 13, Eli Sutton, the junior for the Bulldog defense. Just about at the 9-minute mark in this second quarter. Best drive of the day for the Indian offense. A little bit of a scare with an O'Neill bang-up, but he comes back in after about 4 plays. Throws a dot and throws a quick screen out to Repschlager. Pushes those chains. And we got 2nd and 8. In motion, Tanner Casey. Give it back to Blendowski. Fakes outside. Jumps it back in. And the ball popped out, but I think he was on the ground. I think the ground caused that fumble. So there's the referee's decision. Yep, he was off the ground. So Indians going to hold on to possession. Going to be 3rd and about 5. Indians another quick pass, 5-yard out, and this time Tanner Casey brings it in. He's either a foot short or right at the first down marker. And he did make it. That's going to move the chains, make it 1st and goal for this Indian offense. And O'Neill coming off the field, I believe. Yep, bringing in a different package, a Wildcat package. Blendowski going to go run the helm here on 1st and goal. Devin Johnson going to be beside Blendowski. They're going to do a QB power. So he meets one of those defensive linemen right at the line of scrimmage, able to push his way for about 2 or 3 yards. Blendowski averaging around 54.5 yards on the ground per game. But he can catch it, he can run it, he can kick it. He's a Swiss Army knife for this Indian offense. Which after last year, which really struggled on the offensive side of the ball, struggled to find the end zone, taking a couple steps, taking leaps and bounds, honestly, this year on the offensive side. And defense has definitely held their own in most games. As Brogan O'Neill drops back, it's pushed out left. Looking, has Brexlager open. Finds Blendowski, but ends up going through his hands. Came in a little hot, but number 30 is going to want that one back. So we take another look at that one. O'Neill thought he was maybe going to run it, but had Blendowski open, but ends up throwing it a little hot. Number 30 couldn't bring it in. Now it's going to be third and around 6. 3rd and goal here. Ripslager Hamilton at the top of your screen. O'Neill going to roll out left. Just pushed out, just had nowhere to go. Had a man open early, but just didn't throw it. And now we got Blendowski down. I think he tried to make a block for his quarterback and got lit up for it. And luckily he's able to get up onto his feet, but that's not good. I mean, that's our place kicker. And we need the 3 points right here, and he's a little banged up. Coach Guerrero going to talk this one over again. 6:50 left in this matchup, 3-0. And I like the play call, but O'Neill's got to get rid of that one quicker.
Yeah, he had a guy open for about a second, and that's when he had got to. And that's going to be the maturation of a good quarterback, is knowing when to get rid of that ball. And when he saw that he wasn't going to, he was trying to take that corner, but he didn't have the step to come back in, right? And that's what he was looking for, to get that step, come back in, and run for that touchdown. I like the rollout, but I would have given him 2 options at wide receiver. So something inside and something on the backside, and maybe have them in separate spots right there to where he can make a decision, go, go, go. He has 3 decisions right there. That would have been a better, I think, play call and situation for him. I don't want to say play call, but really just the situation for him to be able to do.
It just kind of limits your options when you take that quarterback and roll him out to one side of the field. It basically completely cuts off another. See, I totally agree. He had the 2 routes, which I liked, but you need kind of a trailing guy from that backside, because you know everyone's going to shift with the quarterbacks, maybe find something on the back end. Splendowski going to kick this field goal, going to be around 30 yards, 25 yards, just a pooch shot. Richardson gets the hold down. It's up. Let's wait for the call. Not seeing anything. Didn't see the hands go up, but it was good. Blendowski ties this game with 6:45 left in the second. It's 3-3 Indians on the board. We'll be back with some more action right after this.
Make fall all about enjoying the experience. When you ride on your new Ferris commercial mower featuring patented suspension technology, you'll have more than freshly manicured grass. You'll experience productivity and comfort like never before. And because you won't be slowing down for those rough spots, you'll mow more lawn in less time. Ferris, experience suspension. 0% financing for 48 months. Visit TNG Power Equipment in Claremore to see the full line of Ferris mowers. Call 918-923-6712 or visit our website.
Welcome back to Catoosa Football. You're listening here on Southern Sports Network. I'm Carter Randolph. Alongside me is Chris Dodson, the multitasking king, doing a little bit of everything here in Skiatook today. But Blendowski getting his team on the board. So he kicks about the 30-yard field goal, able to tie this game up. And with the way the Indian defense has been looking, I think O'Neill's going to get a couple more chances to take the lead here. Zaven Robbins and Boomer Lovins has kind of halted this Bulldog offense in their tracks. The Indians almost come away with the ball there. It's a nice little pooch kick from the kicker, but the Bulldogs able to grab it. Going to get the ball at around the 35-yard line. And then a flag comes in real late. I don't know what the deal is. I think it's going to be a call on one of our coaches. Chris, did you see what happened right there?
No, I didn't. I don't understand the flag at all.
I think he pointed towards Coach Guerrero, waiting for the official call here.
Chubby down there really seems to get, flag happy with everything tonight. He's been calling majority of the flags and penalties tonight.
Yeah, that was on Coach Guerrero. You see the ref coming to talk to him, telling him you need to back up, get back to that sideline. It was going to be on the 35. Now it's going to be around the 49. Tough call right there. Don't know if you think you got to give a warning before you give any sort of flag right there, but 15 yards later, here we are. See if this Indian defense can hold once again. Kevin Landis, Luke Sutton back out there. Never mind, Drummond's back in at running back. Number 6 stays on his feet and gets popped as Devin Johnson meets him at the 50. Gives up 1 yard to the Indians. Going to be 2nd and 9. And just takes the snaps, gives it back to Drummond. This Bulldog offense has got to mix it up. It is just not working on the ground. David Robbins and Boomer Lovins have stuffed basically every run play so far here in this one.
Yeah, they tried that counter on the inside. There's nothing doing.
Nothing. Got to start getting this ball through the air to the Bulldogs, but a lot of miscommunication here early, so I can see why Coach Preston Pearson would be a little hesitant to make some of those calls. A lot of confusion here early for the Bulldogs as they're going back and forth. Don't know where to go on the field. Going to be trips to the top of your screen. Yeah, the Bulldog coach had seen enough. He's going to call a timeout, talk this one over. Kind of a big 3rd and long here late in the second quarter.
It sure is. They had to burn that one because they didn't have everybody lined up. There was a lot of confusion again, and I've seen this from this offense, is that they seem really young. They seem like they haven't been here. This is week 4 now, right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, week 5.
5, yes, yes.
Oh, boy, time's got away from us, hasn't it?
First conference game or second conference game. This is where you kind of get back on track. And, yeah, I talked early. Skiatook had to go down and play a powerhouse in Cushing last week. So,
yeah,
kind of an expected outcome in that. Kind of a tough way to put it. But here in Skiatook facing Catoosa, who's 2-2. So you'd think it'd be a close matchup. And as it is, 3-3 here late in the second.
It has. Skiatook has really improved this year over the past few years. Them and Cleveland were the 2 games that was almost guaranteed wins. But I'm liking what I see out of the Bulldogs so far this year. Been able to put up some wins early on. Last year, they really didn't have a very good record at all. I mean, it was
1-9 last year, or the Bulldogs. So yeah, basically the only way was up for this Bulldog team. And 3-1 to start the year. Gotta love it if you're a Skiatook fan. So they're back out on the field. Number 7's going to drop back. Catoosa brings the pressure. He gets flushed, and he gets smashed as 2 Indian defenders, J.C. Richardson, I believe that was number 70, Tranel Love on the play.
Yeah, he's going to love that, and that was a big sack right there. I love the wrap-up that he had on that replay. You just see him, he just comes right about and gets his bear paws around him and bring him down. So 4th down and long comes up the punting situation.
Definitely saved a huge play as there wasn't really anyone there to stop the quarterback if he got free of the pocket. So definitely maybe a big-time, big game-saving tackle right there. Bulldogs punt. Looks a little bit too close to the sideline. Yeah, it jumps straight out of bounds. Going to be near the 30. We're going to take another quick break here, folks. We'll be back right after this. This is Southern Sports Network.
I can feel the warmth deep down in my bones. I know that I am home.
I miss him too.
brings us here.
Back with the action. O'Neal's taking a shot. A little bit of an underthrow there. Had Tanner Casey deep. Just couldn't get it to him. Going to be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, good defensive play right there for sure. No DPI. Both players were going for the ball. And just good defensive play. You know, that ball, again, underthrown just a little bit by about a couple yards.
Haven Robbins back on the offensive side. The motions across. Dowski going to take the pitch to the outside. And a nice tackle there from number 14 as he grabbed an ankle and held on for dear life. Third and long here for the Indians. Luckily, our pass game has been pretty efficient so far here early. Missed a couple long throws, but O'Neal's been finding them short to intermediate routes. So we'll see if he can find one once again. Dropping back, looking deep, taking another shot. Tanner Casey gets behind him. Does he make the catch? Yes, he does. Goes up and gets it over the Bulldog defender. What a play, number 11. His best Moss impersonation there, Chris.
Oh, that was the best pass of the night. That was as beautiful as my wife.
As we take another look at that one. If it doesn't work, just keep trying and trying again. So O'Neal takes a shot and ends up finding number 11. It's a field changer as we're past the 50. We give it to Blendowski this time as he gets around 3 to 4 yards. Going to make it 2nd and around 6.
Love that coming back to the run on that one. Just, you know, come up fast, get them off their beat, don't let them set, and just go for it.
Now trying to kill a little bit of that clock is Coach Guerrero. Don't want to give this Bulldog offense another chance at any more points. You got a guy like Lindowski who is able to make field goals from a certain range. I mean, you might as well take that chance, go into half with the lead. They give it back to Lindowski, but kind of a busted play, had nowhere to go. Gets spun down by the Bulldog defensive end. That's going to be about a 5-yard loss. Make it 3rd and around 11.
You know, that flag came in late. It was like one of the players was talking to him, trying to plead the case that I got face masked. Well, who are they going to call it on?
Didn't even see the piece of laundry. Could be a drive saver here for the Indians. Still waiting for that official call.
It's going against the Indians. I don't like that call at all. You're going to have a player that's going to be in your ear, especially whenever something like that happens.
Mm-hmm.
These guys are a little soft.
Yeah, being a little quick to the punch here are these Zebras here tonight. Yeah, that pushes us back past the 50. Went from having a very good drive to giving this Bulldog offense another chance. Going to be 3rd and around 30 here. Had a long way to go if you're the Indians. Taking a couple shots here tonight. Bad low snap. O'Neal's able to hang on to it. Horse collar tackle. Where's the flag? Able to find Devin Johnson as he's still working. Takes half the Bulldog defense to bring him down, but my goodness, I mean, he grabbed the back of his jersey. What were the refs looking at? You start hearing the boos here from the Catoosa side. I mean, my goodness. Take a look at that one. You can see the jersey being pulled. It might have been the shoulder pad part of the jersey, but man, that looked to be around that back of the neck area. Chris, what did you think on that one?
I don't like that at all. That should have been a flag, honestly.
Thought the same. I thought the same.
If you're going to call it one way, you got to call it the other too.
Exactly. I mean, especially when you see the jersey get pulled that much. Tough to see late in the second. 1:30 left in this one. There's another flag. Unsportsmanlike again on the Indians. My goodness. We didn't mean it when we called you soft, Mr. Zebras, but my goodness. Let the boys play some football, huh? And this could be a record for me. I've never seen a 4th and 40. See if they can make it 4th and 50 here as Bendowski gets ready to punt. Minute 31 left. Nice snap, nice kick. Low liner should get a decent punter's bounce. As he does, kind of kicks toward the sideline, but kicks to about the 15-yard line. So 85 yards to go for the Bulldog offense. As the Indians, yeah, you can see them, they're getting hyped up. After getting a couple bad calls from the refs, they're ready to go, man. They wish it was the start of the second quarter, not a minute 22 left in the second quarter.
I don't know what it is. And I don't usually like to harp on officials, but last week was bad. This week is worse.
We're not even halfway there yet. I mean, still a minute 22 left in the second. I mean, come on. Hopefully they'll figure it out. Like maybe they just forgot this is football here, folks. I mean, this is a physical game. But luckily still tied here in Skiatook 3-3. Minute 22 left. As they try a run play, and once again, the hole is stuffed. The Indians, if one thing, have not let this Bulldog offense get anything going on the ground as the clock continues to tick away. A minute 08 left in this one. Bulldogs will get the ball to start the third quarter. So Indians defense going to need to step up once more after halftime. But so far, it's looked pretty good. A lot of good hits. Ball's on the ground. He was not down. We'll see if we were able to fall on it. No, we weren't. Of course, the quarterback able to fall back on the ball. Dang, close play. That would have been nice. Take another look at that one. And that's just good team tackling. One guy keeps him up. The other guy goes for the ball. And almost got away with it, did this Indians defense. As we get to the 10-second mark, we're going to take this one to halftime. 3-3, tied up here in Skiatook. As both teams are 0-1 in conference. Skiatook 3-1. Catoosa 2-2 overall. We got a close one here in Bulldog country as Coach Guerrero takes his team back to halftime. Tries to make a couple adjustments to take the lead and tie up his conference record here in week 5.
You know, the takeaways from this first half are, first of all, you gotta stop with the penalties, and some of these are just egregious penalties that shouldn't be called, honestly. So I don't think it's on us. The other part to this whole thing, of course, is cleaning up some of the little things. That's it. On offense, little things. Defense are doing great.
Yes.
Doing lights out. So we'll find out what the second half continues on. We'll see what we're gonna have in this one.
We're in store for a good second half. Catoosa Skiatook's tied at 3. You're listening here on Southern Sports Network. I'm Carter Randolph. This is Chris Dodson. We'll be back right after halftime.
Things could be stranger, but I don't know how. I'm going through changes now. Spend a lifetime trying to figure it out. I'm going through changes, ripping out pages. I'm going through changes now.
Mowing your yard just got easier. TNG Power Equipment has the best Ferris mowers to get the job done, including the all-new 60-inch redesigned deck that mows up to 11 miles per hour in tall or wet conditions. And for smaller lawns, our Ferris 300S starts at just $39.99. And right now, save up to $1,000 on select Ferris models. Commercial grade to last a lifetime. TNG Power Equipment has Ferris mowers to tackle your projects.
We are a community of athletes that celebrate success and development while having fun and being safe.
We do a pretty rigorous testing to all of our athletes to track progress as we go.
Our athletes are 10% faster, 179% stronger. They jump 4 inches higher on average. They're 8% more agile and 9% quicker.
You can come in, get extremely high quality training, accelerate your athletic abilities.
Head on over to prodaysports.com.
Come try, see if you enjoy it. For $1, it's worth it.
There's no place like home. Whether you live in Oklahoma, Arkansas, or Missouri, Realty Mart USA is your go-to real estate company for residential, commercial, agricultural, or land. We believe in strong connected communities and sponsor local events. Realty Mart USA, supporting our communities, supporting our future.
She was a good companion, eyes like the Grand Canyon. She was an American beauty, with her wayfares on in the summer sun. Her touch felt like a loaded gun. Wish I had held her long.
A tradition of educational excellence, more than a century in the making, continues in Broken Arrow. Here, supportive faculty, in-demand undergraduate and graduate degrees, and affordable tuition make Northeastern State University your transfer destination. Finish what you started.
I can feel the warmth deep down in my bones. I know that I am home. I miss him too. Love brings us here. Together's where we all belong. You're my home.
be strangers, but I don't know how. I'm going to change us now. Spend a lifetime trying to figure it out. I'm going to change us, ripping out pages. I'm going to change us now.
Mowing your yard just got easier. TNG Power Equipment has the best Ferris mowers to get the job done, including the all-new 60-inch redesigned deck that mows up to 11 miles per hour in tall or wet conditions. And for smaller lawns, our Ferris 300S starts at just $39.99. And right now, save up to $1,000 on select Ferris models. Commercial grade to last a lifetime. TNG Power Equipment has Ferris mowers to tackle your projects.
We are a community of athletes that celebrate success and development while having fun and being safe.
We do a pretty rigorous testing to all of our athletes to track progress as we go.
Our athletes are 10% faster, 179% stronger. They jump 4 inches higher on average. They're 8% more agile and 9% quicker.
You can come in, get extremely high quality training, accelerate your athletic abilities.
Head on over to prodaysports.com.
Come try, see if you enjoy it. For $1, it's worth it.
There's no place like home. Whether you live in Oklahoma, Arkansas, or Missouri, Realty Mart USA is your go-to real estate company for residential, commercial, agricultural, or land. We believe in strong connected communities and sponsor local events. Realty Mart USA, supporting our communities, supporting our future.
She was a good companion, eyes like the Grand Canyon. She was an American beauty, with her wayfarers on in the summer sun. Her touch felt like a loaded gun. Wish I had held her long.
A tradition of educational excellence, more than a century in the making, continues in Broken Arrow. Here, supportive faculty, in-demand undergraduate and graduate degrees, and affordable tuition make Northeastern State University your transfer destination. Finish what you started.
I can feel the warmth deep down in my bones. I know that I am home.
I miss him too.
Love brings us here. Together's where we all belong. You're my home. My home.
Welcome back. We are back with some more second half action. You're listening here on Southern Sports Network. My name's Carter Randolph. Alongside me is Chris Dodson. We had a defensive-sided battle there in that first half. 3-3 the score right now. Indians defense stepping up. Bulldogs defense stepping up. A couple of mistakes here and there, Chris. What do you expect from Coach Guerrero in this Indian offense here in the second half?
Well, I had a chance to talk to Coach Guerrero at halftime. He's lit up and he's livid right now with some of the calls that we're getting from the officials. But outside of that, basically he's saying we're going to keep doing what we're doing. It is working. We're driving the ball. We're doing good on defense. We're in a good spot. Outside of 3 big drops, that could have been a difference right there, 14 points possibly. So they're going to keep matriculating the ball, doing what they're doing. Defense is playing lights out. I don't think that they need to really do much of anything else on the adjustments except for just go out there with cool heads and just play the game.
I think you're exactly right. Stick to that game plan that helped you move down the field well in that first half, but just didn't see any sort of finishing on those drives. We're able to tie it up late in that second quarter with the Lewandowski field goal. But we got 10 seconds until the action gets back underway. Bulldogs going to take the second half kickoff. We'll see what's in store right after this quick break. You're listening here on Southern Sports Network. Carter Randolph and Chris Dodson will be back.
Southern Football Friday Night is brought to you in part by Hidden Gem Self-Storage and Parking, located at 950 North 157th Avenue in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Check them out online at hiddengemselfstorage.org or call them at 918-760-7790.
There's no place like home. Whether you live in Oklahoma, Arkansas, or Missouri, Realty Mart USA is your go-to real estate company for residential, commercial, agricultural, or land. We believe in strong connected communities and sponsor local events. Realty Mart USA, supporting our communities, supporting our future.
Welcome back.
And folks, welcome back, where the drama keeps ensuing. Where just a couple of minutes ago, Coach Guerrero, the coaches were getting around with the officials, the head official. The referee throws another flag. We haven't even gotten back into play, and we're getting flags. This is getting to the point of ridiculousness. Now, if somebody from the OSSAA is watching, I would highly encourage going back and watching the whole game here and consulting of what's going on here, because this seems to be extremely excessive.
I mean, that is, I think, the fourth personal flag on the game, and I think 3 of them have gone to Coach Guerrero. And I mean, we know Coach Guerrero gets as hot as any coach can, but I mean, I've never seen it like this. So no. I don't know to put all the blame on the referees, but man, it doesn't look like they've called a good game here so far. So
not at all. In fact, I know Coach Guerrero can get hot, but he doesn't come off disrespectful at all, and he doesn't cuss or anything. So, maybe he's voicing his concerns and upset about the situation, but I think there comes a point of professionalism that seems to be missing here.
Yeah, and you always just want to give your boys a fair shake, so I can understand head coach Coach Sal Guerrero doing what he's doing. And luckily, that penalty will only be forced on the kickoff. So worst comes to worst, they're going to get a touchback here, nothing more. Actually, they'll push them back, so we'll see how far it does push them back.
Yeah, we'll have to see what's going on here. Had both athletic directors on the field, too, discussing this whole thing, so.
Well, I think there's a point where you get so many flags as a coach, you might get banned for the next game. So
possibly.
I'm sure Coach Guerrero knows that more than us. But, yeah, I'm sure we won't see another flag for him. If we do, I'm assuming some sort of repercussions would be in store.
Oh, yeah,
some
for
sort
sure.
of suspension.
So hopefully we can sidestep the rest of the drama from this and get back to playing actual football instead of, more flags, more fun, 6 flags.
More group circles, a little talk sesh. As the Indians come back out onto the field, they will be kicking first here, as they did receive that opening kickoff at the start of the game. Lewandowski ready with the ball, and here come the Bulldogs. They're getting forced. The Indians are getting forced to kick from their 25-yard line. So the Bulldogs should get great starting field position here to start the third quarter. We're finally ready to get back into the action. Personal flag on Coach Guerrero pushes the Indians back on the kickoff. We'll see if they can get away with it and keep the Bulldogs away from the 40-yard line. Swindowski hits a nice low liner, pushes the return man back to the 25. As he tries to ride his blocks, is able to do so. It's pushed out at the 40, and I think I saw another flag come down as there is a Bulldog player down on the field. Don't know what happened. We see a couple players calling for help as the trainers hurry out. And that's why I talked about here in that first quarter, does high school sports need to implement that NFL kickoff rule, because it is a matter of player safety. And, man, guys are running full speed on this kickoff as we take a look. And, yeah, the injured player was just out of the screen, but a nice return from the Bulldog return special teams as they get at the 40. And with the injured player, we're going to take a quick break here, folks. 3-3 here in Skiatook. You're listening here on Southern Sports Network. We'll be back right after this.
Southern Football Friday Night is brought to you in part by Hidden Gem Self-Storage and Parking, located at 950 North 157th Avenue in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Check them out online at hiddengemselfstorage.org or call them at 918-760-7790.
There's no place like home. Whether you live in Oklahoma, Arkansas, or Missouri, Realty Mart USA is your go-to real estate company for residential, commercial, agricultural, or land. We believe in strong connected communities and sponsor local events. Realty Mart USA, supporting our communities, supporting our future.
We are back with the action. Number 4 was able to walk off under his own power. That's Marvin Johnston, the linebacker here for this Skiatook Bulldog defense.
Which now is only the second penalty against the Skiatook Bulldogs.
Compared to
so
our
they
7.
Get one per quarter.
Yes, exactly. A little home cooking right there, I think. Nevertheless, it is a tied ball game. Have yet to reach the 10-second mark here in this third quarter. Still 11:53 left as we are back underway, finally playing some football here. As the Bulldogs hand it to number 3, Luke Sutton, the senior. So he's able to push for about 4 yards. The Bulldogs, after kind of a very slow and potent running game in the first half, they really haven't been able to are going to stick to it here in the third quarter. So that might have been one of their best runs of the day on the 4 or 5 yard carry. Sutton going to stay in the ball game. So they do a quick throw to the outside. Plenty of white jerseys around him. So he's still able to push the pile, and he's going to push those chains. First down for the Bulldogs as they get it to around the 43-yard line. For all our college football fans out there, plenty of good games today. We got Michigan State, Oregon, which started about 20 minutes ago. Also got UNLV and Syracuse, the old Kyle McCord, the Ohio State quarterback, trying to help the Orange get to another winning season. So the Bulldogs ready to get back underway, and they're going to keep it on the ground. And now the holes are just opening up. None of that in the first half for the Indians, but right now Bulldogs are running it, and they're running it good. So we take another look at that one, and you're going to see this hole open up from that tackle guard position, and that was not there in the first half. Don't know what was changed, but Avon Robbins, Boomer Lovins need to make a big play here, blow something up. They play action here. Get it out to number 12. It's upfield quick. Landis completed to Tavion Kirkwood. the freshman receiver here for this Bulldog offense. Is going to move the chains once again as they get it to the Indian 43. So they give it on the ground once again to Lance. He gets popped, stays on his feet. Devin Johnson tried to lower the shoulder. Ended up just colliding pads with the Bulldog running back and then grabs an ankle and brings him down. Going to be around a 3-yard gain, 2nd and 7. Boomer Levins had a quiet game so far in this one. Haven't really said his name much. Had a nice QB sneak on 4th down for the offense. But for a guy who's known to be a menace on the defensive side, or as I say that, he almost makes the tackle behind the line of scrimmage. But luckily enough Indian defenders were there to stop that for a short gain. 3rd and 6 here. Indians need a stop, and they need it now. Clock is just ticking away, already at that 8:30 mark. A lot of 5-yard hitches here, a lot of short intermediate throws. We'll see if they stick with it, and they do. He rolls out right. Landis looking down the field, has a man. Tanner Casey's right there, and he brings it down. What a play from number 11, Tanner Casey, taking the interception, giving the Indian offense another chance to take the lead. So we take a quick look back at that one. Tanner Casey was beat, but luckily the Bulldog quarterback underthrew him. And that gave number 11 a chance to undercut that one and bring it down for the interception, giving the Indians another shot here to take the lead. And that was fast. The Indian offense already out on the field. They're ready to go. Looks like Devin Johnson going to be in the backfield next to number 5, O'Neal. Wendowski out with the bunch. O'Neal just trying to follow his blockers, and he does. Didn't think that was going anywhere, but he scrambled for about 5. O'Neal got up a little gingerly in that second quarter. Didn't know if that would affect him, but he has been running hard ever since. I think that was just kind of a minor injury. Coach Guerrero continues to stick with that QB run. Two running backs in the backfield here for the Indians. And they hand it to Blendowski as he tries to get outside, works his way upfield. As he pushes for about 2 yards. Going to be 3rd and 3. As the Indians are on their own 17-yard line. All my sports fans out there, if you're needing a podcast to listen to, check out Straight Off the Bench. You can find it on Spotify, hosted by yours truly, Carter Randolph, with my buddy Lake Lyle. We talk everything sports, about an hour to an hour and a half episode. Make sure to check it out. Drop an episode every Thursday. Straight Off the Bench, located on Spotify. Once again, they hand it to Avon Robbins, and he runs like a madman. Had the safety coming down hot, but he powers through to, I believe, move those chains. Take another look at that one. Didn't even notice that number 20 Robbins was in, but the linebacker ran with a purpose. So he went straight through that AB gap. Powered for about 6, moving those chains, moving his Indians offense to about the 24-yard line. O'Neal keeps the low snap, finds Repschlager on the outside. Repschlager fumbles. That might have been incomplete. I mean, did he take the steps? But as of right now, that's a Bulldog pick 6. Repschlager caught it, tried to make a move to the outside, ended up losing the ball, and it's 9-3. Bulldogs on top.
Yeah, just a bad hiccup. You got to secure that ball high and tight. And right here, you'll see And he just doesn't secure it all the way down and just pops right out. An easy scoop and score for Skiatook. As you'll see that again. He just couldn't hold on to that ball and just comes right out. Sometimes you got to use two hands to hold that and secure it.
Exactly, and I thought it might have been close enough to be considered an incomplete pass, but no replay here in high school, as that one is going to be a fumble and a return, as the Bulldog defense gets a quick 6, takes the lead 10-3. We'll be back. You're listening here on Southern Sports Network, 10-3, Bulldogs on top.
In 1851, the Cherokee ignited the lamp of learning in the wilderness. For more than a century, this has been a gathering place where minds are developed and lifelong relationships are made, where dreams find direction. The lamp burns brightly still at Northeastern State University.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Repschlager, a guy for this Indian team that has 2 touchdowns, tied for the lead for this Indian offense. But that time makes the catch, but doesn't secure it. Ends up losing the ball, causing a fumble recovery for a touchdown. Now it's 10-3, Bulldogs on top. The Indians look to do something on special teams here, maybe tie it up quick. Tanner Casey made that first guy miss, but ends up getting smashed out of bounds. Ends up getting it back to around the 30-yard line. O'Neal looked sharp in that first half, but here in the second half, Coach Guerrero has kind of tried to emphasize the run game here. Ended up having a decent first little drive, but the Repschlager fumble. This team loses the lead, 10-3, 6:09 left in the third. O'Neal decides to keep it, fakes Lewandowski, and O'Neal has plenty of room. Can he get around the edge? Yes, he does. Number 5's going to break away, and the Indians tie it up within a minute as they get those 6 points right back on the number 5, Brogan O'Neal, long touchdown run. What a play from the quarterback here for the Indians. So you take another look at that one, and Lewandowski, the way he's been running, I can see why this Bulldog defense kind of rotated with him, but that opened it up for number 5 as he takes it all the way to the crib for about a 70-yard run to get his team back in the action. Now we're going to see if Lewandowski can tie it up before, but one thing, we got to do the Catoosa special, the old swinging gate, as they bring it all back together. Lewandowski gets set, ready to try and tie this game up. Just barely gets it off the ground, but it does end up going through the upright, and we're tied here in Skiatook, 10-10. Indians find a way to tie this ball game. 5:57 left in the third. We'll be back right after this.
I can feel the warmth deep down in my bones. I know that I am home.
I miss him too.
Love brings us here. Together's where we all belong. You're my home. My home.
Thank you to Dick's Sporting Goods for being a sponsor here for the last couple years. We got some good sporting going on right now as the Indians tie up this ball game. It was 10-3, but after one play, it ends up being 10-10. Indians back in it, 5:57 left in the third. And we'll see if this Indian defense can make one more stop and give O'Neal another chance at a little bit more points, a little bit more of a lead. They try the pooch kick once again. And number 2 lowers the shoulder and bounces off a guy. then ends up getting tackled by number 4, Corian Coleman, the senior. Number 4 taking it back a little bit with the neck brace. Don't see that too often. If you're on the defensive side, I definitely would recommend, I know I talk about this, it seems like every week, but I think it's kind of something we need to consider. Those soft helmets, Chris, do you think that's something that needs to be implemented in high school football? Kind of the stuff you're seeing in the NFL with the padded caps?
Hey, if the NFL's doing it, I agree with it.
I think high school, if it isn't in high school, where else could it be? I mean, this is the youth. These are guys we need to try and protect, so the more safety, the better, in my opinion, as Landis takes the snap, hands it off. And, man, I mean, with Drummond in the game in the first half, the holes were not opening up. But once number 3, Luke Sutton, got in, this O-line decided to take it to another notch. I mean, there is a wide gap in between each one of those A, B, and C gaps.
Going back to your Guardian cap thing, they might look like a mushroom head, but boy,
it's a little bit.
It's a big helmet.
Exactly. Big old pads in there trying to protect your noggin. I don't know. I'd take, they always say you look good, you play good, but in this instance, I don't know. CTE exists. As number 7 decides to keep it, lowers the shoulder. Devin Johnson with the nice low tackle. If I was going to be a linebacker coach, some sort of defensive-minded coach, that's exactly what I'd want you to do if I was number 33. Go straight at the thighs or lower. Because I don't care if you're Bo Jackson. He's going to think about coming down if you hit him in the thighs. So it's 3rd and short here. Indians need to come up with another stop. The Catoosa fans were kind of dead and out after that fumble and scoop and score from the Bulldogs. They are back in this one as they want another stop here from Boomer Lovins and Avon Robbins. As the quarterback keeps it, tries to get past that first down marker and does. It's about 1 yard more than he needed, and he is going to push those chains for the Bulldogs. Luckily, I will say, we did get a flag at halftime, but the flags have kind of stayed in their pocket here in the third quarter as we are just about to get to that 4-minute mark. Bulldogs on the 50, looking to try and retake this lead 10-10 here in Skiatook. There's going to be a flag. I believe it's going to be too many men on the field. Oh, just in time were the Bulldogs as they were able to call a timeout. So no flag on this play. They're going to talk this one over on 1st and 10. You're listening here on Southern Sports Network. I'm Carter Randolph. Alongside me is Chris Dotson. We'll be back right after this break.
In 1851, the Cherokee ignited the lamp of learning in the wilderness. For more than a century, this has been a gathering place where minds are developed and lifelong relationships are made, where dreams find direction. The lamp burns brightly still at Northeastern State University.
If you're looking for a little bit of college education, go to nsu.com. Maybe see if you want to become a Riverhawk. But back to some more football action. 3:53 left in this one. One timeout burn for the Bulldogs. They got 2 left. Catoosa still got 3 timeouts. So the Bulldogs come back onto the field, ready to work a little bit more of this running game. So they end up doing a play action. He's looking down the field, tries to float one over the middle. Devin Johnson couldn't get over there as he flips it up down the seam and was able to find number 2. Number 2, Gabe Beatty, for about the 15, 20-yard completion. You take a look at that one. Nicely timed play call. He was open. I thought for a second Devin Johnson was going to be able to reach. It was a nicely timed and nicely thrown ball, able to move those chains for the Bulldogs. Chance able to get to the outside, and he's able to walk it into the end zone as the Bulldogs are able to retake the lead. And man, thought that wide receiver was maybe yanking on Devin Johnson's jersey, but we don't get the call, and the Bulldogs retake it 16-10.
Now watch this. At the top of your screen, there's a block in the back that doesn't get called. Imagine that.
Imagine that. I said holding, but yeah, block in the back. I mean, a couple missed calls in the first half, and now we're back to it late in the third. Luckily, plenty of time to fight back if you're an Indians fan, as they almost get away with the block there. Once again, the Skiatook kicker able to bang it home. 7-point lead here for the Bulldogs. We'll be back right after this. You're listening here on Southern Sports Network. We'll be back right after this.
Make fall all about enjoying the experience. When you ride on your new Ferris commercial mower featuring patented suspension technology, you'll have more than freshly manicured grass. You'll experience productivity and comfort like never before. And because you won't be slowing down for those rough spots, you'll mow more lawn in less time. Ferris, experience suspension. 0% financing for 48 months. Visit TNG Power Equipment in Claremore to see the full line of Ferris mowers. Call 918-923-6712 or visit our website.
Back with the action. Bulldogs about to kick off here after retaking the lead. It was 3-3 when we got to halftime, and now we've had 3 scores since then as the Bulldogs retake that lead 17-10. It's once again a nice kick from the Bulldog kicker. Tanner Casey looking to wake his way outside. If he can get around the edge, he has some room. One more guy to beat. Come on, Tanner, go. Go. And both of them slip up, and he's still on his feet. He's going to take it all the way, and once again it takes one play. But no. Folks, of course, there is a piece of laundry out, and this one's going to come all the way back. So you hear those boos start to come out. Going to be a hold on the Indians, and my goodness, I mean, this is starting to get a little ridiculous here, folks. I mean, every time the Indians try and make a statement, the refs step right in. If you take a look back, Tanner Casey almost lost it when both of his blockers tripped each other. Able to break that tackle, but my goodness. The refs have gotten every chance they've had to put it on the Indians. They have done it. And like Chris was saying, we don't want to put it on them, but this is starting to get a little ridiculous. Still going to get good field position. Going to get it at the 32-yard line are the Indians. Two minutes, 58 seconds left in the third. O'Neal takes the snap, looking to pass here early, has to break the pocket, breaks the first tackle. Jukes and jives his way, has a lot of green in front of him. And there's a flag as finally they give us one back. Going to be a targeting call on the Bulldogs as O'Neal was going down and one of those defenders kind of speared him with the top of his helmet. Going to be a quick, easy 15 here for the Indians. Good coverage there from the Bulldogs, so O'Neal tries to take off. Yeah, you see that defender from the backside kind of fall over the top of him, but hits O'Neal just enough to warrant some laundry. So that moves the Indians closer to that 50-yard line. puts him right on the 50-yard line. J.C. Richardson, Glendowski in. Richardson works his way to the top of the formation in the bunch set. So they flip out to Glendowski. He has room outside. Makes that first guy miss. And ends up getting sandwiched by about 3 black jerseys. Going to push his way for about 2. Richardson going to stay in. 2 running back set here for the Indians. O'Neal going to drop back. Has to get rid of it early. Just flips it to Lewandowski out in the flat. Lewandowski lowers his shoulder. Breaks 2 tackles. Still on his feet. And that's what number 30 can do for you. So he works his way for about 5. Lewandowski hurt a little bit on the play. Gets up gingerly. Limps off the field. Devin Johnson going to fill in for Blendowski, number 30, as he steps into that running back position. 127, 125 left here in the third. O'Neal's rolling out right, ends up flipping it to Repschlager. Luckily, he's about 6'2", jumps up and goes and gets it. That should push the chains for another first down. Lewandowski still out here. As they try and hand it to Devin Johnson, he has nowhere to go. Might have lost one. He does. It's 2nd and 11. 50 seconds left here in the third. Almost to crunch time. O'Neal dropping back, looking to take a shot to Casey. He has him. A little bit underthrown, but Casey works towards the ball. That gives the Indians a possession inside the Bulldog 10-yard line. Going to be 1st and goal on about the 6 for the Indians. Take another look at that one. We've seen a couple big drops here. Tanner Casey had one, but this time finds the ball, works his way back. Able to make that catch and gets tackled at around the 6. Now 1st and goal here for the Indians. Blendowski back in the game. Got to think he's taking this first touch. Has a guy open, and Richardson lets him hit him in the chest and drops it. Another big drop for this Indian offense, and man, you take back some of those drops, you'd think we'd have the lead here. "11 seconds. Clock stopped after the drop or incomplete pass. It would look like a false start, but the Indians got away from it. O'Neal tries to get around the edge, tries to cut back in. Still able to pick up some yards, though. Goes from the 6 to about the 4. That's going to take us to the fourth quarter, folks. 17-10. Bulldogs on top. One more quarter to go. Indians pushing in the red zone. We'll be back right after this. This is Southern Sports Network.
In 1851, the Cherokee ignited the lamp of learning in the wilderness. For more than a century, this has been a gathering place where minds are developed and lifelong relationships are made. where dreams find direction. The lamp burns brightly still at Northeastern State University.
As we are in the fourth quarter, the final stanza of this one, Catoosa's down by 7, which it should be at 17-17. Got thrown in a holding call on the kickoff. We didn't see a holding call, but, I mean, we're not on the field, so it is what it is. Your Indians are driving, though. It's 3rd and goal, about the 4 or 5 yard line. See if we can zoom in a little bit. Indians got the ball in I formation set. They're just going to take it on the sweep, and there's going to be a timeout called. Skiatook wanted to see what they were doing. That's going to be their second timeout of the half. So the second time out of the game. They got one more coming up here, and we haven't even got a second off the scoreboard on the clock just yet. So 3rd and goal. So they were kind of fishing right now of what they're going to do. What an exciting game. It's been back and forth. A lot of it had to do with some really pretty bad officiating. I've got to admit that one. But that's part of the game. So here we go. We're going to be 3rd and goal. We're going to see what Coach Sal Guerrero is going to draw up here. Typically, when we get in this situation, we're going to see some rollouts, some possible counters, just to try to get it in. And we're getting ready. So 3rd down and goal. Can the Indians punch it in? Got an I formation again. This time they're going to pitch it left. Try to jump on the inside. Bladaski's going to get it. Touchdown, Indians! But it looks like there is laundry on the field yet again. Question is what's going to be the call? As it stands, it's 16-17, but they're consulting with Skiatook, of course, so might be going against the Indians. Question is what is the penalty and what is the call? Touchdown stays. After the play, it's going to be a personal foul against the Indians. It's going to be taken on the kickoff. They just couldn't resist another one, of course. But the touchdown stands. The Indians now are going to line it up. Are they going to go for 2? They're going to shift right back into that PAT formation. This to tie. Snap is good. Ball is through the uprights. Your score, 11:54 left to go. We're all tied up, all knotted up here in Skiatook. We'll be right back right after these messages.
Southern Football Friday Night is brought to you in part by Hidden Gem Self-Storage and Parking, located at 950 North 157th Avenue in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Check them out online at hiddengemselfstorage.org or call them at 918-760-7790.
There's no place like home. Whether you live in Oklahoma, Arkansas, or Missouri, Realty Mart USA is your go-to real estate company for residential, commercial, agricultural, or land. We believe in strong, connected communities and sponsor local events. Realty Mart USA, supporting our communities, supporting our future.
Welcome back, folks, as we are ready to get back to action here. 7-17 to 17 is your score. Thanks for joining us. I'm your host, Chris Dodson. Carter Randolph had to take a quick moment. He'll be back with us here really soon. 11:54 left to go in this one, and it's been back and forth. It's been drama-filled. All three phases of the game. It has definitely been one to watch. And a much improved Skiatook Bulldogs coming into this one. They've had a lot of help today. There's no doubt about that. But the Indians, fighting through adversity, have tied this one up and is going to kick right back off and see if the defense can stop them and hopefully get a game-winning score. And ball's in the air. A long kick that's going to be taken at the 26-yard line. It's going to be taken out on the one hash, ran by Nate Ledbetter, Skiatook senior. And Skiatook will take over. Ball's going to be placed at about the 38-yard line, 1st and 10. Skiatook was able to get on their last drive successful touchdown through the air, blocking a back that did not get called. They ran it in for a touchdown. Now we're going to see if the Indians can hold them here. Back in shotgun formation. Single back set. Is going to hand this one off, but there are flags on the field. This one's going to go against Skiatook. Back them up 5 yards. This will be 1st and 15. And the Indians are going to get a big stop right there. Good job on that one. So it'll be 2nd down. About 14. Indians sideline getting all ramped up here. Good defensive play. 2nd and 14, under 12 minutes, of course. Definitely trying to look down the field for a pass. Nobody's down there that's going to be open. Nice coverage stop, and that's going to bring up 3rd down in about, I'm going to call it 11. So 3rd and long here as the Indians were able to get great coverage on the outside and swarmed in for minimal gain. Shotgun, single back formation. Posturing to go to the outside for a hitch and go, and that one's going to be broken up. No flag. Great defensive play there. We'll see it out on replay again. The ball up in the air, and great defense. Big D on that play. So 4th down, and it's going to be a punt.
Good job here for this Indian defense, able to get away with another stop. Tied the game up, and now Brogan O'Neill going to have another shot to try and take the lead here with just above 10 minutes left in the 4th here in Skiatook. Taven Robbins brought the boom. So that punt takes a friendly Indian bounce, going to bounce back towards the halfway mark. As the Indian defense steps up once again, it's 17-17, 10:08 left in this one in a heavily competitive ball game. Both teams going back and forth, but Brogan O'Neill has another shot here late in the fourth.
Yeah, that punt was high. It looked like it kind of got off his foot a little bit, so great field position for the Indians.
Yes, he got it on around the 47-yard line. See if they could take advantage of J.C. Richardson and Michael Blendowski next to Brogan O'Neill in the backfield. They're going to keep with O'Neill, and there's a hole again, and he's off to the races. He gets around the edge, and that's going to be another Indian touchdown. O'Neill with 2 on the day. That puts him over that 100-yard rushing mark. What a day from number 5 as he gives his team the touchdown lead. You can see just fake it to Blendowski, who's been running at will today. But when number 30's running like that, he is a great decoy. And Coach Guerrero knows that as he lets O'Neill take another one to the house, a 50-yard touchdown run from number 5. Is once again the Catoosa special, the swinging gate, back in action. Just trying to test out that Bulldog special teams. Blendowski gets the kick away, and it looks good. Yes, it is. It is a 7-point lead here for the Indians. Took them a while. They come all the way back to retake the lead. 24-17, Indians on top. This is Southern Sports Network. We'll be back right after this.
I can feel the warmth deep down in my bones. I know that I am home. I miss him too. Love brings us here. Together's where we all belong. You're my home. My home.
24-17, Indians on top. Brogan O'Neill with 2 huge runs today, both for touchdowns. This one giving his team the lead. Tied it up 17-17. Indian defense comes down the field, makes a big stop. And then kind of a bad special teams front from the Bulldogs gives the Indians an opportunity. And O'Neill takes full advantage as he runs it for about a 50-yard touchdown run. Now we got Blendowski, who just made that extra point, looking to kick off here. Little pooch kick. We'll see. Looks like it's in a good spot. Bad luck as it ends up bouncing out of bounds. And you're going to hear those fans get mad. They think this is going to be a late hit, but it's not. It's going to be a kicking. He kicked it out of bounds, and you cannot do that at any level. So that is going to, I believe, from the spot where the ball went out, they're going to push that up 10 yards. So they're pointing at around the 33. They should get this one about the 43. Kind of the dangerous life you live when you do a kick like that, because it's very good to kind of put the special teams return team on the spot, make them put them in a tough position. But yeah, it can go out of bounds, and then that gives them that extra 10 to 15 yards, which with the way the defense has been playing, you can kind of live with that, kind of take a shot. But don't want to see this Bulldog offense start at the 38. Yes, they're at the 38 right now, so good starting field position. Number 7 comes out to lead the charge with Luke Sutton right next to him. Luke Sutton, once again, has a hole, and he takes it as he powers his way for about 5. At the 9:45 mark, so this game is ticking away, and it's ticking fast. Luckily, the Indians have the 7-point lead. Just need one more stop and a Blendowski field goal, and this one's out of reach. It's the way this Bulldog offense has moved it. They can't get points quickly. They have to work it down the field. Might have got lucky with that one. Don't see any flag come out. And I think we're going to see a flag there because you shouldn't be able to pick up and slam. But we get away with it. Oh, I was a little scared right there. Devin Johnson with a nice tackle, but a dangerous one. That, I believe they got back to the line of scrimmage. Going to make it 3rd and 5 here. Has not been a good position for the Bulldog offense. Any sort of 3rd and kind of middle ground, 3rd and 4 to about 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7. They have not been able to complete at a good rate. 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2 is where they've really made their ground. We'll see what Coach Pearson comes up with. So they give it to Janis, and he goes nowhere. Gets around 2 or 3. It's going to be 4th and 3. Since they ran the ball, the clock's going to continue to tick away. And with the way the Bulldog offense calls their plays, it's going to take a little time for the quarterback to go out to the sideline and come all the way back in. That's basically 10 seconds by itself. So they break it. A little confusion for this Bulldog offense. About 4 players huddled, still trying to figure out what they're supposed to do. And they go wide splits, kind of a stack formation. This time the quarterback keeps it. And I don't know. His knee never hit, but we'll see if they give him that little extra push. Just from where this ref is standing, I believe they are going to give him that first down. That was close, though. Luckily, number 7 got a little bit of a power through, but man, Indians defense was right on top of him. And from that angle, that looks a little bit short, Chris. What are you seeing?
It certainly does by our angle, but we got to keep our eyes on the chains. They're going to take it he's going to take the chain at the 40-yard line and work it all the way back into that one hash, and then they're going to be able to stretch that out from that one link, if you will, all the way down. As you can see on the replay, it looks a little short to me.
It all depends on if that knee hit. I mean, he tried to give that little extra push.
And this is big right here.
Yes,
this is
it
huge.
is. This could be the game. The way the Indians have been running the ball, they should be able to get it to Blendowski field goal range at least. Let's see. Looks like he's going to be short. He is short. Indian defense able to come up with the stop, and Brogan O'Neill gets another chance to extend this Indian lead.
Huge play right there. Big stop. Brogan O'Neill has had 2 rushing touchdowns for big. These are not just 3. We're talking at least 40, 50 yards here for these big breakout runs. So they're going to try to pinch in on him. That's going to leave a whole plethora of other options that you got at your hands. Now, provided that the Indians can remember how to use their hands whenever they catch the ball. If they can do that, then we got a game.
Exactly, and just like Chris said, that both of those runs have come basically right off the kickoff. So first play about 2 possessions ago, O'Neill takes it for 70. And there's a bad snap. Just fall on it, O'Neill. Oh, loses his helmet. Oh, you got to go down. You can't hit the quarter. Whoa, he just got popped right in the head. I mean, you're supposed to call the play dead when a guy's helmet comes off, especially the guy carrying the ball. But, man, that Bulldog defender came and just popped our quarterback right in the dome, it looked like. We'll see what the refs come up with here. So take another look at that. When you see runs, you can see a couple of them tried to take it easy, but that, I think it was the defensive end, kind of popped his helmet down. Looked like he was ripping for the ball. Splendowski's clapping. I think he heard something he liked. Can't see how this goes on number 5. I mean, he got his helmet ripped off. It's not like he took it off. So here comes the official call. Face mask on the Bulldogs. And that is great to hear. The way this game has gone, the Indians have not gotten the benefit of most calls. But this time, it couldn't have come at a better time, because that pushes us, I think, past the 40. Yes, we're going to be on the 32-yard line in Bulldog territory. Great turn of events here for the Indians. See the fans who were starting to get dead there in that third quarter a little bit finally worked their way back into this one after that 50-yard Brogan O'Neill go-ahead touchdown is woken up this Catoosa fans section. Blendowski in at quarterback, going to hand it to Devin Johnson. He has plenty of room. And once he gets to about the 3rd level, he finally gets grabbed and gets taken down. But oh no, there's an Indian offensive lineman, number 52, down. Jose Rodriguez, the junior, is down. That looks like that might be a cramp. But with the player down, we're going to take a quick break. 24-17, Indians on top. Listening here on Southern Sports Network, I'm Carter Randolph. Alongside me is Chris Dotson.
Southern Football Friday Night is brought to you in part by Hidden Gem Self-Storage and Parking, located at 950 North 157th Avenue in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Check them out online at hiddengemselfstorage.org or call them at 918-760-7790.
There's no place like home. Whether you live in Oklahoma, Arkansas, or Missouri, Realty Mart USA is your go-to real estate company for residential, commercial, agricultural, or land. We believe in strong connected communities and sponsor local events. Realty Mart USA, supporting our communities, supporting our future.
First and 10 after a nice Devin Johnson run, and they're going to try him again. And nice patience there from number 33 as he waited for that hole to open up. And from a sophomore, that is surprising to see. But, yeah, nice patience from number 33 as he works his way for a nice 7-yard gain.
It is, and I like the play calling right here. Kill the clock.
Mm-hmm.
Hand it off. Tricky late. You know, those are the three things that you want to do to close this thing out. Come with a 14-point victory.
Exactly. It doesn't even need to be 14. You got a guy like Lindowski who can make these sort of kicks. You kill as much clock as you can. Make this a 2-possession ball game. Lindowski in at the Wildcat. Ends up keeping it. Finds the hole down the A-gap. Ends up getting tackled in the second level, but I believe he was able to push the chains. Yes, he is. Gets it to around the 9-yard line, and it's first and goal here for the Indians. 6:30 left in this one. If you're needing a podcast to listen to, check out Straight Off the Bench. You can find that on Spotify. It's about an hour and a half long, hosted by yours truly, Carter Randolph. Alongside me is one of my good time buddies, Lake Lyle, and we talk everything sports, except soccer. Sorry, none of us know anything about that one, but yeah, everything sports. Make sure to check us out every Wednesday. So I thought we were about to get ready for another play, but Coach Guerrero wants to talk this one over, him and his pink cast. So we'll see what he comes up with.
Yeah, you know, for a moment there I was thinking, all right, 10 seconds, 5 seconds, intentional. we're doing the milk, milking the clock.
Milking as much as we can. I think it's a good call, good experience call, because this has been a close one. And the way it's gone, you never know what the refs are going to call, who's going to make a mistake, or what's going to happen. Just a 7-point lead here with 6 minutes left in the fourth.
And on the far wall, we have assistant coach Henderson, who is now on the Skiatook staff, who was on, of course, the Catoosa staff last year. So him and his wife, actually his wife was a basketball coach, too, for the girls basketball coach last year, who joined us on the Southern Sports Network during the Port City Classic. Had a great time with them.
Port City Classic,
great family.
Always a good time. At the Port City Classic, and then the Battle of the Ports the week after. I mean, it is always a good time. And then, of course, the Port Classic with the basketball side as well. And Skiatook overall only down a touchdown after a 1-9 season last year. They've got to be loving life, been competitive in most games, kind of got whooped by Cushing, but who doesn't? Avon Robbins looking to power his way in, gets popped by the Bulldog linebacker, ends up around the 3-yard line. Looks like Jose Rodriguez's helmet came off, so he's going to have to sit at play. Number 66 is going to come into the ball game. Scratch that. I believe that's number 56. Cash Young, the freshman. Nice name right there. Little Cash Money Young. O'Neal in at quarterback. Avon Robbins moving to more of that tight end position. Lindowski, the Swiss Army knife, behind number 5. They give it to Lindowski, and he uses his patience, uses a little bit of juking and jiving, fights his way down to the 1. There is a Bulldog down. So that was just a battle in the trenches right there. Just a halfback dive and a prayer. But with the player down, we're going to take a quick break. 24/7, Indians on top. It's the Southern Sports Network. Be back right after this.
I can feel the warmth
Deep down in my bones, I know that I am home. I miss him too. Love brings us here. Together's where we all belong. You're my home. My home.
I guess the best 8-man team is just right around Benita. Can't remember who it is.
I can feel the warmth deep down in my bones. I know that I am home. I miss him too. Love brings us here. Together's where we all belong. You're my home. My home.
Luckily, that player was able to walk off under his own power, just now getting to the sideline. That being said, going with a bit of a quarterback-heavy formation, Boomer Lovins filling in for Brogan O'Neill on the 1-yard line. Who's stronger here? They try and do a fullback dive, but it doesn't work out for him. Too many guys diving head first. Evan Robbins tried to power through, but couldn't get through. And I think you got to go field goal here. I mean, make this a 2-possession ball game. Bendowski's been pretty reliable in the kicking game. And it looks like that's exactly what they're going to do as the kicking unit comes out onto the field. A chip shot for Blendowski. Could push this one out of reach if he can make it. Just under 4:30 left. As they fake it, what just happened? What just happened? J.C. Richardson just took off. And you can see Coach Carrero is not happy. Miscommunication from my guess, but that gives the Bulldogs life. It's just inexperience. Inexperience kind of brings everything to a halt. Thought this was about to get pushed out of reach, but instead, Bulldogs got about 97, 98 yards to go to tie this one up. Luckily, their passing game has not been too consistent, so with only 4:15 left in this one, they're going to have to pull some tricks out of their hat. Gosh, I would love to talk with Coach Carrero right now and just see if that was a called fake or if just a miscommunication. It seemed like Lewandowski was ready to kick. They're going to drop back with 7. Boomer Lovins gets to him. Hits his hand. And number 7 got lucky. He was able to bring that arm forward just a little bit, giving the refs the ability to call that one incomplete. But good job from number 6, Boomer Lovins, getting that quarterback pressure. You see Boomer Lovins just throws the tackle to the ground and just swats at the arm. So he was about a millisecond too late from saving this game for the Indians. Flag comes out of the back of the end zone. See who they end up calling that one on. I think see a couple claps from the Catoosa white jerseys. I'm not sure what's happening. The Bulldogs were running off the field like there was a timeout. And I guess the Bulldog coaches saw something, so they called the timeout. Want to talk this one over. Been a good back and forth game. It was 3-3 at halftime. Now we've worked our way to 24-17 Indians. And Boomer Lovins finally making a big play, able to get that QB pressure there on that last play.
Yeah, it certainly was. And honestly, if he had had a half a second more, it would have been a sack and safety.
Would have been basically the nail in the Bulldogs' coffin here in Week 5.
You know, getting back to that field goal attempt,
I don't know if that was a design play, but it didn't look like it by the posture of Coach Sal Guerrero.
Yeah.
It certainly wasn't. So I don't know what was going on, if it was just a bad snap and he was just trying to avoid, getting hit right there, or what have you not. We'll have to look at that on the replay later. But, yeah, like kind of a big broken play and loss of points.
Put some life into this Bulldog team, and, yeah, I can see where Chris is coming from. It looked like that was kind of a bad snap, a little bit too far inside. But, man, it looked like he could have turned in, at least give Lewandowski a shot at kicking it. I mean, he only had to kick it 10 yards. But I guess we'll never know, as they're still in their end zone. And the quarterback gets popped as that blitz is perfectly timed. And Landis is down, and I don't blame him. He had to throw that ball and ended up taking it to the chest and paying the consequences. If you take a look at that one, it's J.C. Richardson as he goes untouched and just hits him right in that money spot, right in the ribs. And Landis able to tough it out. He's hurting right now, but he's going to stay in the game. It's 3rd and 10 here. Getting down to crunch time if you're a Bulldogs fan. Here we go. Bulldogs break the huddle, trying to get this 3rd down completion. Once again, the Indians bring the heat, and Boomer Lovin's able to get to him and blows up the Bulldog quarterback out the back of the end zone. And able to put enough pressure on to make that one fall incomplete. The Bulldogs forced to punt here out of the back of their own end zone. Expect a lot of pressure.
Did he come out of bounds in that backfield? It looked like his foot stepped out.
Close, I thought, but I was like, did Boomer Lovins just push him that close to the line? But, man, he was definitely playing with fire.
Speaking of playing with fire, they're going to have to punt from their own end zone.
Yes, I expect Coach Guerrero to bring the house here. Last time we saw Avon Robbins bring a lot of pressure up the middle. See if he can get through one more time. Able to get it away. Not a bad punt, all things considered. Gets the friendly punter's bounce as that's going to roll to about the 48-yard line. Indians just need a couple first downs, and this one's over. 24-17, Indians on top, 3:44 left. This is Southern Sports Network. We'll be back right after this.
I can feel the warmth deep down in my bones. I know that
Back with the action. 3:44 left in this one. Like I said before break, just a couple first downs and this one's over. Just got to kill out the rest of this clock. And of course, what do? Give it to Vendowski and let him run for about 10. Not 10, about 5. It's about half of it back. Going to be 2nd and 5 here. Trying to push for that first down. 3:25 left in the 4th. Repschlager goes in motion. They're going to try him on the outside. Tries to make the first guy miss, but a nice shoestring tackle from the Bulldog defender, number 14. Good thing for the Indians. Repschlager did stay in bounds, so that clock is going to tick, tick, tick away. We should be able to kill around 25 seconds here.
Carter, this is a time where, you're wanting to milk the clock, but I'm kind of conniving like that when I come to a play call.
Mm-hmm.
I would set this one up as a play action, about give me 4 yards on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Have fun with it.
Definitely like that idea. Maybe a rollout left. You've been rolling out a lot. Maybe have a guy leak out on the right side. They're just going to try and get a quick throw to Seth Charles, and that was lucky not to be picked off. Dangerous throw, and it stops the clock with 2:23 left in this one.
Yeah, I like the play call, but it was just underthrown.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, no one hit the dirt.
Got tipped at the line, killed all the momentum on it. O'Neal, you can see he's frustrated.
Yeah.
Wishing he could just go for it. Take a shot, try and put the Bulldogs out of their misery.
Instead, we're going to get a punt. It had some promise, but ended with a punt.
Lewandowski had a couple good punts today. I think this will be his 4th or 5th time out here. Skiatook has no timeouts. As back to what was happening in the first half. You look away for a second, a flag pops out. So we're going 5 yards in the opposite direction. Instead of punting from the 42, now Blendowski is going to punt from that 47-yard line. Still in Bulldog territory. Three weeks and 3 close games here for Catoosa. Beat Inola 10-7 2 weeks ago. Lost to Grove 21-20 last week. Now we have a 1-possession game, and what a punt from number 30 as he rolls that one all the way to the 1-yard line. Bulldogs are going to have to go 99 yards if they want a chance at tying this one up.
Carter, that's what we call a ground ball with eyes, because look at that bad boy. It knew exactly where to go and just stop it right there. So that puts Skiatook right back in the same position that they were in their last drive, except for actually they're at the 1. So minus 4 yards on that. 99
yards. This Bulldog offense has to take it. And the way they've been going through the air, it's going to be hard with no timeouts to work 99 yards with 2:16 left.
Well, it looks like they got 1 timeout left.
Is there 1 left? I know they've wasted 2 of them. Still 1 timeout. No, I think they have 0 timeouts. So they try and get it out to the flat. Nice tackle from Logan Hargrove. We like to call that a gator roll. Grab those legs and roll them right out from underneath them. So he stays in bounds, and the clock continues to tick.
Exactly. A good throw right there for sure. Gets them out of the end zone. Gives them some breathing room, but like you say, we're under 2 minutes now.
There is no 2-minute warning in high school. Once again, I'm going back to that no timeouts for Skiatook. That's why I always see the big-time announcers on NFL and college talk about you got to save those timeouts for crunch time. Logan Hargrove came on the blitz and almost got the safety. But Kevin Landis was able to get rid of it. The sophomore quarterback got rid of it just in the nick of time. Minute 37 left in this one. Catoosa trying to work above 500. And there's going to be a flag. Let's see who it's on. Intentional grounding, I hear. So they're going to lose it down and lose 5 yards. So, no, that's a safety automatically.
Because he was in the end zone.
Yes.
So when he tried to get rid of it, there was no player around. He was still in the pocket. And he didn't get it past the
line of scrimmage.
Exactly. So here we go. 2 points.
2 freebies, and that makes this a 2-possession ball game. And you can basically call this one if you're watching at home. Catoosa is going to take it. Still a minute 37 left, but it's 26-17. All they need is to basically knee this one out. 1 knee, 2 knees, and it should be over. Coach Guerrero gets his boys ready for victory formation.
Right, because, for the Skiatook Bulldogs, this is exactly what you did not. You could not do that. That was the worst thing you could have done, because not only do you lose 2 points, but you're going to have to kick the ball back to Catoosa with $1:37 left to go in this game, and they're going to milk it, and they're going to get out. We're going to have a victory.
Yep, both teams are going to move to 3-2. Catoosa, after a tough loss last week, up 20-7 with about 8 minutes left, ended up falling 21-20. Needed to get back on track. It might take a little bit longer we thought, but the Indians are on top 26-17. Minute 37 left here in this one. I guess they did add that rule to high school. I thought you had to punt after a safety, but I guess since we don't know how many teams have decent enough punters, they're just going to let him kick this one away. So he does a little low liner, almost got a nice bounce off the face mask. Luckily that Indian special teams player was able to grab it and get down. Number 16, Blaine Hasty with the grab. It starts to tick away here in this one. O'Neal comes back out onto the field one more time as he takes his team out after a nice hard-fought victory here in Skiatook. Coach Guerrero wasn't always pretty. Coach Guerrero got about 3 personal flags. If he deserved those, is hit or miss. I didn't think he did, but ref's a little shaky, and I guess they're going to throw here. Taking a shot down the field. Tanner Casey's open, and they find him. Just adding a little fuel to the fire as O'Neal throws a 40-yard bomb and finds Tanner Casey for an Indian touchdown. 32-17, Indians on top. Figured they'd take a knee, but no, Coach Guerrero says, I want a little bit more. I need 6 more. And he finds Tanner Casey, number 11, wide open in the end zone.
That was tasty. It was nasty, but it was tasty. I love it. And it's almost one of those things of giving it right back to the officials. Not really the Skiatook Bulldogs, but really the officials.
Exactly. Did it for their own sake. Weren't doing it to put. And they go for the swinging gate, and this time they do go for 2. And he doesn't get it. And Skiatook, a little bit of taunting there at the end. I don't know how you can taunt if you look at the scoreboard right now, but the Bulldogs are going to lose 15 yards. And that basically takes away any chance they had any sort of special teams return here on the kickoff. Little John going back and forth between these two teams, but hard-fought battle. Coach Guerrero had its ups and downs in the first half. Offense really didn't get going until the second half, but they were able to pull through. And from 3-3 at halftime to 32-17, both offenses woke up exponentially and put on a little bit of a show here in Skiatook.
So the penalty goes against Skiatook, which I'm amazed. Honestly, I'm perplexed.
I don't know if you saw it, after they made that stop on the 2-point, that defender kind of went and, budged him with his face mask while the guy was still on the ground, saying, what you know about it? We found out real quick 15 yards later.
Yep, certainly did. Watch this be an onside. Here we go.
That... we might have to get out of here quick if he does something like that, because I'm telling you, Skiatook is not going to be happy if the Indians offense finds a way to get the ball one more time. They do not onside. Instead, they pooch the pooch. A little bit of backspin. The Indians almost came up with it. My goodness. And another flag going to come out. Late hit. These refs are making a statement, and a big one today, as that is about the 14th, 15th flag I think we've seen today. Landis going to come out of this one. Number 9 going to step into the quarterback role, the sophomore Cole Bray. He's going to keep it and try and get around Evan Robbins, but Evan Robbins is going to find a way to get the tackle. Nice tackle for loss here late in this one. Timeout call, going to stop the clock. Minute 14 left in this one. Just considering player of the game, since we are kind of at that point, I think there's only one person I can really think of, Brogan O'Neal.
Oh,
Brody. Right, Chris? 70-yard touchdown run, a 50-yard touchdown run. Basically put the team on his back there in the second half, gave his team the lead, and then eventually gave this team the victory.
Brody came out with the wheels today. He was white lightning and just really opened it up whenever things kind of looked a little bleak. He was ready to go. They had him fired up.
Took about 2 quarters of the Michael Blendowski show. Showed him a lot in that first half. Able to use him as a decoy there in the second, which really opened things up for O'Neal on that QB read. So that ball's going to fall incomplete. Make this 3rd down and around 12. They're just handing this one off to number 3, Luke Sutton. He's able to get back to that line of scrimmage. As we get to that minute mark, another timeout going to be burned here. Bulldogs really fighting, really trying to stay alive in this one. 32-17, Indians on top. In a hard-fought game, Skiatook come a long way from last season. Like we said, 1-9 last season, not a win in conference. They're going to fall to 0-2 in conference, but still going to be above 500 with a 3-2 record. So definitely a step up this year for the Skiatook Bulldogs after a hard and long last season.
For sure, and here we go. Let's take a look here in just a minute. Once we get done with the game, we're going to bring up the play of the game so far today. But join us next week at Catoosa, back home to the Hard Rock Stadium, as Wagner comes right back. And we played them hard last year.
Yes, we did.
I expect the same thing and even better this year.
Which, me being from Edmond North, playing a Tulsa school always kind of hyped us up because you knew the big boys were coming to town or you were going to the big boys' house. And that's kind of the thing with this Wagner squad. I was talking about Cushing being a powerhouse. Wagner has definitely been a powerhouse for a long time. They're a football school, and they live and breathe Wagner football. So going to be a tough matchup. Hopefully Catoosa can play him tight again.
Yeah.
Maybe end up falling on the other side with the victory.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's going to be a really good game, honestly. I'm looking forward to it. And then week after that, that's going to be a fun one too. Be back on the road. Join us on the Southern Sports Network as we are halfway through the season. Now, O'Neal, all he has to do is kneel down a couple of times. Will he do it?
I was going to say, what we saw with that deep throw, they might take a shot. Never know. And they are going to take a shot. Oh! Does he come down with it? Yes, he does. DeAndre Hamilton going up for that one. Makes a splendid catch. Coach Guerrero, man on a mission right now. He is not stopping. He wants another 6. There's 24 seconds left in this one. The Indians get to the line quickly. And they spike this one. They stop the clock. And we're going to be lucky to get out of this one alive, folks. Skiatook might just eat every one of us Catoosa fans up. But I got to say, I'm all here for it. Coach Guerrero, good stuff. Put another 6 up. Let's make this 38-17, if you don't mind, sir. This is a first for me, folks. I've never seen a coach keep the clock alive like he is right now. Coach Guerrero wants one more shot at it. He drops back. Has Repschlager one-on-one. And Repschlager, the 6'2 receiver. No, that's DeAndre Hamilton. Sorry about that. DeAndre Hamilton with back-to-back catches. Second one in the end zone. Gives the Indians a little bit more cushion. 38-17 with 10 seconds left in the fourth. You can see a nice play design. It's one-on-one. Let your playmaker make a play. He throws it up to number 3, Hamilton. And DeAndre Sweet Hands Hamilton goes up and grabs it right out of the air and brings it in for 6. No 2-point try this time. Swinging gate does close. And Lewandowski looking to kick another PAT. Perfect on the night. See if he can do it one more time. Yes, he does. Right through the middle. 39-17 Indians, which by the scoreboard you never know, but it was way closer than it looks. But with that score, looking like a blowout for the Indians. Definitely going to have to find out after the game what's going on with Coach Guerrero, but we love to see it. Putting it on the Bulldogs here in this one.
That was really unexpected.
Yeah.
funny as hell. I really did not. I thought they were just going to go down and kneel the ball. I had no clue that they were going to go out and just score another, 7 points. Why not?
Yeah, Chris, I think I'm going to take the long way to my truck trying to avoid these Bulldog diehards. If you know what I mean. Get jumped by my truck or something.
Wow.
No, Skiatook was a great place. Don't think it's going to happen. But, yeah, Coach Guerrero making a statement here in Week 2 of conference play. As his Indians go to 1-1 in conference play and 3-2 overall as they look to play Wagner next week and then Ulaga the week after. Skandowski does a little bit of a pooch kick. Number 19 able to fall on it for the Bulldogs. There's 3 seconds left in this one. Been a long 40 seconds here late in the fourth, but we are finally down to the last 3 seconds. Indians finally going to walk away with that W. It is 39-17. Indians fought hard in the second half. Put up 36 points in the second half, I might add, to take this one. Definitely an impressive showing. Something they can follow up on when they play the powerhouse Wagner next week at home. Wouldn't be surprised to see Skiatook spike it on this one just to keep this game going. As they get under center for the first time. He's just going to take a knee, and that is going to be the end of this one. Catoosa comes on down to Skiatook and takes away a W, 39-17. A hard-fought battle. It was all defense in the first half, all offense in the second half. And we'll see if Brogan O'Neill, Michael Blendowski, Braxton Repschlager, Tanner Casey, Boomer Lovins, Haven Robbins. We'll see if some of these guys can keep it up for the powerhouse Wagner next week, as we see both teams chirping a little bit.
Yeah, they're not even going to shake hands.
No, we knew Skiatook wasn't going to like this one.
No.
But, man.
Well, hey, let's bring up that play of the game real quick. That's something that we had discussed about beforehand, and I'll tell you what, it was a big motivation change today. We're going to find it here for you real quick and bring up the play of the game. Player of the game, of course, Brogan O'Neill. Hands down, no question asked. He's the one that really made a difference by the air and by the land and by the sea. He was the armed forces today.
Still trying to find that thing, but yes, you're exactly right, Chris. I mean, Brogan O'Neill in the first quarter was coming out just guns a-blazing, letting that thing roll through the air. And then in the second half, he just opened it up with those legs in the third quarter. And in the fourth quarter, he did a little bit of everything, able to take his team to a victory. But a lot of key guys, I think a couple guys could have been player of the game, but this week's got to go to number 5, the quarterback, the guy running the show, Brogan O'Neill.
Well, we'll post that one back up on our social media here this week, maybe even tonight, and kind of show you the play of the game. That was the one that really sparked everything from the offense and the defense. It's the Indians today, they were up against not only the opposing team, but the officials as well.
Yes.
Even the chain crew. I guess, I heard stories that, chain crew was chirping, so on and so forth, and really kind of got back and forth. And that's what caused one of the personal fouls against Sal, Coach Sal. So I don't know what happened there, but I don't know. But join us next week. Going back home to the Hard Rock Stadium, Wagner, another Bulldog, another tough game. What do you make of that one?
I think, like you said earlier, I mean, it was a great matchup last year. Both teams came to play, and I was getting to it earlier, but got cut off because the game picked back up. Wagner's a team that basically anytime they play anybody, that team's getting ready for them with everything they've got. They've been good for 20 years now, it seems. I mean, always making a run into the playoffs. So if Wagner comes to town, you can expect the team to give them basically everything they got.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, join us next week here, folks, on the Southern Sports Network app, Facebook page, and YouTube. You'll be able to get to see all that hard action next week. Join us at 6:55 for that contest. I'm going to sign off. I'm going to let you sign off.
All right. This has been a good ball game. Catoosa comes out on top, 39-17. You're listening here on Southern Sports Network. Carter Randolph, this is Chris Dodson. We'll be back next Friday with